be taking us through an all levels vinyasa flow focused on opening our chest and shoulders. Let's begin in child's pose. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Inhale. And exhale. And with your next inhale, glide up to your hands and knees. And then we'll settle in here to a few rounds of cat-cow. With your next inhale, draw the chest forward, spreading through the chest. And then exhale, bring your chin to your chest, lift your belly as you round your spine. Inhale, lengthen forward. Exhale to round. One more inhale. And exhale. Inhale back to a neutral spine. When your next inhale comes, let's reach our right arm out to the side and up, opening your chest. As you exhale, reach your right arm underneath your left and just reach into that twist. With your next inhale, let's open up again, flowing here, and then exhale to reach under. One more time, inhale. Exhale. This time we'll let the shoulder land on the mat. Extend your left arm forward and then take a couple of deep breaths into the back of your right shoulder. If you feel like you could stretch a little more here, you can pick up your left arm, tuck it behind your back, and then think about really peeling that left shoulder open. One more breath. Inhale to re-extend your left arm, and then exhale, set it right by your face. Inhale, reach your right arm up one more time. As you exhale now, you're going to keep that right arm straight. You're going to plant your hand. Your fingers are pointing outward. Your hands in line with your forehead. Then we'll start to bend through our left arm. As you twist your chest to the left, can you press the front of your right shoulder down into the mat? And you're just looking for a little stretch here through the rotator cuff, through the bicep tendon on that right arm. One more breath. And then back to hands and knees. Inhale to extend your left arm up, open your chest. And then exhale, reach under your right arm. Again, inhale, open. Exhale, reach into the twist. One more inhale. And exhale. This time let the left shoulder land. And then start to stretch that right arm forward. Pausing here for a couple of breaths. And if you're feeling plenty of stretch, you're welcome to stay just like this. Or you can pick up your right arm, tuck it behind your back, and then start to peel your right shoulder a little more open. With your next inhale, re-extend your right arm. Exhale to set it down. And then press the floor away. Reach your left arm up, opening your chest. And then the left arm will stay straight as you plant your left hand in line with your forehead, right? So fingers are pointing to the left. And then we'll start to bend through our right arm as you start to press the front of your left shoulder down into the mat. And just paying attention, noticing where you feel the stretch here. And then we'll come back to hands and knees. One more cat-cow here. Inhale, chest forward. Exhale to lift and round. Coming back to neutral. Let's tuck our toes under and press back to downward facing dog. Taking a moment here to settle into your down dog, lengthening one heel to the mat and then the other. And then bring your feet to touch in your down dog. Bend your knees and then twist your knees to the right. Can you start to press your chest a little more back towards your left thigh here? Inhale, come up on your toes. And then exhale to twist the other way. So knees go left. Chest is going to draw back towards that right thigh as the bottom lifts higher. Inhale back to center. Bend the knees, look forward, and then walk to the top of the mat. Separate your feet hip-width distance apart. Soften your knees so you can relax your belly on your thighs, and then let's interlace our hands at our low back. If you can't interlace your hands, right, or you can't straighten your elbows when you interlace, then maybe you're going to use a strap or a towel, right? It'll just take the arms a little bit wider and allow you to take those arms overhead, right? So you're just trying to stretch your knuckles towards the ceiling here, getting a little stretch through the shoulders. And so your arms are straight, but your elbows aren't locked out, right? Just notice if they're hyperextended. You want just a small little micro bend in your elbows. And then you can shake your head no, release any tension from your neck. Let's keep this bind as we inhale into our halfway lift, right? So draw the chest forward as you reach the shoulders back. Take another inhale. As you exhale, can you peel your right shoulder open as you gaze over that right shoulder, right? So stretching a little more into that right side. Inhale the chest through center. And then exhale to stretch over the other way. Inhale back to center. And then exhale, release the hands, fold forward. Heel toe your feet to touch. Halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Inhale, rise, reach all the way up. And hands to heart. Inhale, reach up. Soft knees, bow forward, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Set your hands down, step your right foot back. Runner's lunge. We'll set the right knee down. Inhale to sweep your arms up. And then exhale to a three-legged dog. So plant the hands. We'll swing the left leg back. Rotate your hip open, bend your upper knee. Inhale to extend your leg. Square your hip to the floor. And then as you exhale, draw your knee towards your nose. Lift your belly around your spine. And then step your foot between your hands, right? Remember, you can turbo boost, right? So you could take it about halfway. And then you just grab your ankle with your left hand. Boost it forward the rest of the way. Set your right knee down and then sweep the arms up. So start here by lifting through your low belly, seeing if you can get your tailbone to lengthen under you. And then let's take our left foot an inch or two over to the left. Take another inhale. As you exhale, sweep your arms behind you. Let's interlace our fingers. Inhale to draw the knuckles down towards the floor as you lift the chest towards the sky. And then as you exhale, lengthen and fold forward, keeping this bind. See if you can let your head hang. Can you think about lifting your belly away from your left thigh? When your next inhale comes, let's rise up, release the arms, reach up, and then exhale into a forward fold at the top of the mat. Halfway lift, forward fold. forward. Halfway lift, inhale. Set your hands, step your left foot back, set your left knee down. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, three-legged dog. Right leg swings back. Roll your hip open, bend your upper knee. Inhale to extend your leg, square your hip, and then exhale, knee to nose. Lift and round through the core, and then step your right foot through. Set your left knee down, and then sweep the arms up. Again, you start by lifting up through your low belly, lengthening your tailbone down. And then we'll start to scoot the right foot just an inch or two over to the right. Take another lengthening inhale. As you exhale, sweep your arms back. Let's interlace fingers. Inhale to draw the chest up. Exhale to lengthen and fold forward. Allow your head to be heavy here, and then think of lifting your belly away from your right thigh. Inhale to rise up, release the bind, reach up. And then exhale, forward fold, top of the mat. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Inhale, rise, reach high. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift, inhale. Set your hands, let's step to plank pose. And then we'll be strong in our plank, right? So this video is an all levels video, so just know that you always have options, right? When you come to plank, if it feels like too much, you could always set your knees down and do kneeling plank. We're gonna hold here for 3 more breaths. Can you think about lifting your belly, squeezing your glutes and inner thighs together? And then can you pull the shoulder blades down the back as you draw the chest forward? With your next inhale, shift forward. Set your knees down, hug your elbows in, lower all the way to your belly. Untuck your toes, press the tops of the feet into the mat as you inhale, low cobra. Exhale, back down. Now let's take our hands a little wider. In line with your forehead, you're gonna come up onto fingertips, point your elbows up towards the sky, and then inhale into your low cobra here. As you exhale, you're going to dive that right shoulder down as you look underneath your left arm. All right, so you're looking for a stretch here through the front of your right shoulder. Inhale the chest through center, and then exhale, dive the left shoulder down as you look under the right arm, right? Stretching through the rotator cuff. Let's do 1 more each side. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale back to center, exhale lower down. Set your hands by your ribs, lift your belly off the mat, and can you press right to kneeling plank? And then tuck the toes and press back downward facing dog. Deep breath in, and deep breath out. Bend the knees, look forward, walk to the top of the mat. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Inhale, rise, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift, inhale. Plant your hands, let's step to plank pose. All right, so just remembering, right, all levels here, so you can always choose to release all the way to your belly and take a low cobra. You could also always choose to do chaturanga kneeling, right? So we'll try that one this time. Inhale, shift forward, set the knees down, hug the elbows in, lower halfway down, 90-degree angle with your arms. Press the tops of the feet into the mat, lift the thighs as you come into your upward dog. My belly is lifting, and then I'm pulling my shoulders back as I try to draw the chest forward and up. And then exhale, lift your belly, take it back, downward facing dog. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. Inhale to extend your right leg up. Knee to nose, lift and round through the core, and then step the foot through. We'll spin the back heel down now, coming up to warrior one. See if you can pull your right hip slightly back as you drive your left hip forward. And then can you lift your low belly and get your tailbone a little bit more under you? Let's take an inhale here. As you exhale, sweep the arms back. Let's interlace fingers. Inhale to draw the knuckles down, lifting through the chest. We'll pause here, right? Remembering that you could make the arms wider by using a strap or a towel. Take one more inhale. And then exhale to lengthen, folding forward inside that right knee. Right, so the right foot should be a little bit out to the right. It's not right in front of the back foot. Can you let your head hang and be heavy here, and then think of scooping your belly away from your right thigh. And then we'll try a little tricky transition here. So from this position, you're going to gaze towards that back foot. Again, really focus on lifting through your core. That will help. See if you can just spin that back heel up so you're in crescent lunge legs. With your next inhale, let's rise up. So we're in this bound crescent lunge. Take an inhale as you lift the chest up. As you exhale, you're going to start to lengthen forward, bringing yourself to a nice diagonal spine here. And then we're going to see if we can come to a bound airplane, right? So you start to transfer weight into that right foot, hopping the back foot in, and then seeing if you can just float. If for some reason this bind doesn't work for you in airplane, then just release your hands. Right? But if you can keep the bind, see if you can really draw the shoulder blades down and together to spread the chest. Your left hip's going to square towards the floor. Belly is lifting. Take one more breath. Gently land back in crescent lunge. Release the bind. Inhale to sweep the arms up. Exhale, twist to the right. Left arm forward, right arm back. Take your right hand to your lower back. Reach your left arm up. And then you can start to bend that left elbow, taking your hand right at the base of your neck. Take your right hand, grab your left elbow, and then just lift up a little more so you can get that stretch under the armpit, through the tricep. Inhale to re-extend the arms. And then exhale to warrior two. So you're going to cartwheel the arms around as you spin that back heel flat. All right, so in warrior two, our front heel's lined up with our back arch. Legs are strong, belly is lifting. Inhale to reach and reverse your warrior. Exhale to side angle. Let's dance this 2 more times. Inhale, reach and reverse. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, reach and reverse. Exhale, side angle. This time we'll pause and side angle. Think of lifting up out of your right shoulder. And then let's internally rotate that left arm. And you're going to tuck it behind your back, going for a little half bind, right? So maybe your hand lands right at your sacrum. Maybe you're able to sneak it around to that right thigh. And then you can peel that left shoulder open as you start to draw the chest a little more towards the ceiling. You can gaze up here, right? Or you can start to gaze down towards your right foot, and you can gently allow your right ear to fall towards your right shoulder, finding a little stretch there for your neck. Inhale to re-extend the top arm. Stay for your exhale. And then inhale, reach and reverse your warrior. Exhale down to runner's lunge. And then to plank. Inhale to shift forward. You choose your level, right? You could lower to your belly. You could do kneeling chaturanga, or you could try for a full chaturanga. Inhale, open your chest, low cobra or upward dog. Exhale, use your belly. Lift yourself up and back, downward facing dog. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. One more inhale. And exhale. Inhale to extend your left leg up. Knee to nose, lift and round through your core, and then step your foot through, adjusting as needed. Back heel spins flat, we rise up, warrior one. So again, now that left hip's gonna draw back as the right hip draws forward. Scoop your low belly up and in. Can you get your tailbone to lengthen slightly down? Take another inhale to lengthen through your waist. As you exhale, sweep your arms behind you, interlace your fingers, and then see if you can do it the non-habitual way, right? If you can remember which pinky was on top, try the opposite one. Or you're gonna use a strap or a towel, right? And then inhale to drive the knuckles down as you lift up through your chest. Exhale to lengthen your spine forward, and then fold inside that left knee. So notice how my belly is not resting on my thigh. I'm lifting my belly away from my thigh. So I'm using the strength of my legs, I'm using the strength of my core to support this pose. Start to gaze towards your right foot, and then see if it's possible to lift the right heel up, so in your crescent lunge legs. With your next inhale, rise up. Keeping your bind or keeping a hold of that strap or towel. And then inhale to draw the chest up. Exhale to hinge forward, coming to that diagonal spine. And then keep transferring weight into that left foot. Maybe you have to hop your right foot in quite a bit. And you just see if it's possible to come to this bound airplane. All right, if it's not possible, of course, you can release your hands. But again, make sure your elbows are not locked and that the front of your shoulder is opening up, right? The top of the shoulder is rolling up and down your back. Maybe your right hip could square a little more towards the floor. One more breath. And then gently land back in crescent lunge. Release the bind, reach the arms up. And then we'll twist to the left. Right arm forward, left arm back. Take your left hand to your lower back to start so that you can really think about lengthening your tailbone down. And then sweep the right arm up to stretch, right? Really lifting that right side up. And then if you feel like you want more, right, you can bend that right arm. Just take your hand right at the base of your neck. And then take your left hand to your right elbow, and then just give yourself a little weight to this stretch. With your next inhale, re-extend the arms. And then exhale, come to warrior two. Inhale to reach and reverse your warrior. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, reach and reverse. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, reach and reverse. Exhale, side angle to pause. Notice if your left shoulder, that bottom one's dipping in, right? Can you pull the left shoulder back and then lift up out of that left shoulder? Let's internally rotate the right arm, tuck it behind your back, and that hand lands where it lands, right? Maybe it's just right at your low back. Maybe it can sneak around and grab that left thigh. And then can you peel that right shoulder open as you twist your chest more towards the sky? You could gaze up, or maybe you start to gaze down slightly and start to drop that left ear towards the left shoulder. One more breath. Inhale, re-extend the top arm. Stay for your exhale. Inhale to reach and reverse your warrior. And then exhale down through runner's lunge to plank, and then chaturanga or all the way to your belly. Inhale, low cobra or upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. One more inhale. And exhale. Bend the knees, look forward, walk to the top of the mat. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Inhale, rise, reach up. Chair pose, exhale. All right, so sitting down into our chair. Glancing down, making sure you can see your toes, and then thinking about lifting your belly away from your thighs. See if you can sit another inch or two lower. Take an inhale, and then as you exhale, sweep just your right arm back, but you're gonna stay upright. So we're in this upright twist. Inhale to lengthen forward with that left side, and then as you exhale, hook left elbow on the right knee, making a fist. Right arm reaches high. Bend your right arm, cover that left fist, and then can you press up and away, twisting your chest a little more to the right. Inhale to open up your arms, right? That bottom hand could be on the floor, it could be on a block. You want your chest really wide here. Take one more inhale, and then exhale to fold forward. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Inhale, rise, reach up. Chair pose, exhale. Finding that nice deep chair you were just in. Take an inhale, and then as you exhale, sweep your left arm back, twisting your chest to the left. Inhale to reach, reach, reach with that right arm, lengthening the spine forward. As you exhale, right elbow hooks on left knee. Make a fist with that right hand, the left arm's reaching up. And then we'll cover the right fist with the left hand. Press up and away, twisting the chest a little more to the left. With your next inhale, open up your arms, right? Your bottom hand could be on the floor or a block. Take one more inhale so you can spread a little more through the chest. And then exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Inhale, rise, reach high. Cactus your arms, exhale, let go. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift, inhale. Plant the hands, step to plank, and then flow through your vinyasa, right? So chaturanga or all the way down. Inhaling low cobra or upward dog. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. One more inhale. And exhale. Inhale to extend your right leg up. Knee to nose, lifting through the core. We'll step it through. Right away up to warrior two this time. Inhale to reach and reverse your warrior. And then exhale to side angle, right? So we're going to be adding on here. From this side angle, we're going to come right back to that half lunge. You're going to internally rotate that top arm, tuck it behind your back. See if you can start to peel that left shoulder open as you continue lifting up out of that right arm so much that maybe that right elbow hovers off that right knee. And then you can extend the right arm forward just in front of that right knee. Keep peeling the left shoulder open and then gaze forward at your right hand. We'll start to transfer weight into that right foot. Right, we're going to try to come to a half moon with this little half bind, right? So maybe you're going to have to hop that back foot in quite a bit. And then maybe you're going to grab your block, right? You could also use fingertips on the floor. You could use a water bottle, or you could hover. That's a more advanced version. Once you're here, can you really start to peel that left hip open? And then start to peel the left shoulder open so you're truly making yourself two-dimensional. Right, maybe you challenge yourself. You can see if you can maybe hover that hand for a moment. Take one more breath. Gently, you're going to land into your warrior two. Let's release the arms. Inhale, reach and reverse your warrior. This time we'll straighten through that front leg, right on track for our triangle pose. You're going to lift up through that right quadricep. Hips are going to bump back as you start to extend your right side. All right, so once your arms are parallel with the floor, see if you can reach forward a little more with that right hand. And then pivot your arms, right? When you come to triangle in this way, notice how maybe you don't even need the support of that bottom hand. If you do feel like you need it, you could touch the fingertips lightly on your shin. If you don't need it, could you sweep both arms back and interlace your fingers, right? Or grab your strap or towel. And then press your knuckles towards your back heel. Pull your belly muscles in. Can you twist your chest a little bit more open? Maybe taking the gaze up to the ceiling. Take one more breath. Inhale to come up. Let's close the front toes. Keep this bind. If you don't have it, you'll clasp your hands now. Inhale to draw the chest up. And then exhale, lengthen and fold forward, coming into a little straddle forward fold here with our bind. And then just shake your head no, release tension from your neck. And then we'll use the strength of the legs. Inhale to rise back up. Release the arms, and then come back to warrior two. So right toes will point forward, we bend through that front knee. Inhale to reach and reverse. Exhale to cartwheel your arms down to runner's lunge. And then from this runner's lunge, we're going to step it forward into a forward fold. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Inhale, rise, reach all the way up. And hands to heart. We'll take big dancer's pose here. So you're going to start by transferring weight into your left foot. And then just start to pick up your right foot. You're going to bend your right knee. Knees are going to be touching. Lift your low belly so you can get your tail a little under you. And then sweep your left arm up. Your right arm's going to sweep back. You keep bending through that right knee. You're going to see if you can grab your foot from the inside like this. If that's not accessible, you can grab from the outside. Bring the knees together once again, right? You want to keep the hips square. And then just start to kick your foot into your hand until you feel a stretch through the right side of your chest and through your right quadricep and hip. If you're feeling a stretch, you're in the pose, right? If you feel like you could go a little further, you always kick first. So you just start kicking, and then maybe that starts to tip the upper body slightly forward. All right, find a spot on the wall to stare at to help with your balance. Take one more breath.
And then slowly come up. Release the foot to the floor. Stand in Tadasana for a moment. So palms forward. The top of your mat, you can close your eyes for a moment, regroup. You're now on 2 feet. And then inhale, reach up. Bow forward, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Plank to chaturanga, exhale. Right? Knowing that you can modify and take a low cobra instead of an upward dog. Inhaling to open the chest. And then exhaling it back. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Inhale to extend your left leg up. Knee to nose, step the foot through. And then inhale up to warrior 2. Inhale, reach and reverse your warrior. Exhale, side angle. Right, so this elbow's on my knee, but it's just barely touching. I'm using my core to support this, right? I'm not dumping weight down. You gotta really lift up out of this shoulder. And then we'll take that half bind. So internally rotating the top arm, you're gonna tuck it behind your back. See if you can really peel that right shoulder open, lift more out of the left shoulder, and then maybe that left arm can hover. Right, and you take it right in front of that left knee. Take your gaze there. Start to transfer weight into the left foot. And then it may feel impossible to come to half moon from here. So you're just gonna hop the back foot in as much as you need to. You're gonna grab a block if you have one or your water bottle. And then you're just gonna slowly start to come into your half moon, seeing if you can keep this half bind. Once you're here, can you start to peel the right shoulder open? Making yourself two-dimensional. Maybe you feel steady enough to see if you can hover the hand for a moment off that block. Take one more breath. And then you're going to land gently back to your warrior 2. Release the arms. Inhale, reach and reverse your warrior. Straighten the front leg. Lift up through the quadriceps. And then start to lengthen forward. Right, so again, triangle pose, you want both sides of your waist equally long, right? So you're going to extend as much as you can through that left side, the bottom side. And then just pivot your arms. And then you find that maybe you don't even need the support of that hand. If you do, you're going to have it lightly touch. And if you don't need that support, we'll sweep the arms back, interlacing the non-habitual way. And then press the knuckles towards the heels as you continue to extend the spine forward. Take one more breath. And then inhale to come up. Release the arms, and then we're going to spin this back heel in. We're going to come into a horse stance. Just relax your arms for a moment. We're going to try for a reverse namaste, which is going to stretch the back of the shoulder. It may not be accessible for some of you, so I'll give a modification. But basically what you're going to do, I'll turn around here for a moment so you can see. You're going to see if you can touch your palms behind you, and then see if it's possible to flip this upside down. And then you're just walking those fingertips as high up your back as you can, and then you're going to press the elbows forward. Pull your belly in, lengthen your tailbone down. If there's no way that this is accessible, you're just going to grab for opposite elbows, and it gives you a similar stretch. Okay, so I'll turn back around here. You either have that reverse namaste. If you're in the reverse namaste, you're going to press the elbows forward. And if you're grabbing opposite elbows, you're just going to reach for opposite elbows and think about opening your chest. Lift your low belly, lengthen your tailbone down. All right, maybe you can squat down a little bit lower. We'll hold here for a few rounds of breath. noticing what you feel, right? Always starting to recognize, when it feels like too much, right? If you're just feeling muscle fatigue, that's a good thing. But if you're feeling any sort of pinching sensations or anything that doesn't feel just like a muscle strengthening, then you want to back off, right? It's not worth hurting yourself. Let's take 3 more breaths. With your next inhale, release your arms, turn your feet parallel to the sides of your mat, reach up into your starfish, and then open to warrior 2, left foot pivots forward. Inhale, reach and reverse your warrior. Exhale, cartwheel the arms down to runner's lunge, and then step the back foot in into a forward fold. Halfway lift, forward fold. Inhale, rise, reach up, and hands to heart. So we're going to set up here again for our dancer's pose. We're going to transfer weight into our right foot now. You want to think about really lifting up out of this right hip as you bend your left knee. Right arm's going to sweep up, left arm's going to sweep back, right? You're going to see if you can grab the foot from the inside, right? If not, you can grab from the outside. You want both hips pointing forward, so bring the knees to touch, and then start to just kick the foot into the hand until you feel a stretch through your chest and your leg. Keep lifting out of that right hip. Maybe this is plenty, this is as far as you go, or maybe you can keep kicking, and then that kick just naturally starts to send that upper body a little bit forward. Find your drishti, you might find that focus point, and see if you can stay connected to your breath. Let's take 2 more breaths. And then gently come up, releasing the leg, coming toward Tadasana. Close your eyes for a moment. Feel both feet rooting down to the earth below. And then we'll inhale to reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift, inhale. Set your hands and step back to plank pose. This time we're going to lower all the way to our belly and stay. So see if you can do so with control. We'll inhale to shift forward, and then maybe you set your knees down first. Hug the elbows in. Can we lower slowly on a count of 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Turn one ear to the mat. Let your arms relax at your sides with your palms up. And then we're going to take a couple stretches here for our shoulders now that we're down on the mat. So bring your chin to the mat or just lift your head, and you're going to reach both arms forward. You want to lift up just a little bit so that you can pick up your left arm, and you're just going to walk it underneath that right arm. Your palms facing the floor, and you're just going to walk the fingertips as far under as you can. And then you're just going to see if you can relax your chin or your forehead back down on your mat. So this is just a little more of an intense version of the pose that we started with. Take a couple breaths to notice what you feel in the back of that left shoulder. And then if you feel like you could stretch a little more, you're going to start to bend through your right knee. And then maybe with your right hand, you can reach for your right foot, and you can pull your right heel towards your bum. Just be cautious though, because doing this will increase the stretch in the shoulder, so just make sure it feels okay. If you have a hold of the foot, gently release it. Extend the right arm forward again so you can slide that left arm out. And now your left arm's going to extend out to the left. You want your hand in line with your forehead, right? Your fingers are pointing outward. And then you're just going to rest your head back down, take your right hand right by your chest, and then roll over onto that left side to stretch the chest and shoulder. If you wanted even more quad stretch and stretch for this right side as well, if it feels okay, you could bend that right leg and grab with your right hand for the right foot, and then you can kick your foot into your hand, and now you're opening up through both sides, right? But if that feels like too much, just leave the leg part out of it. Take one more breath. If you have a hold of the foot, you're going to gently release it. Roll back to your belly. Extend both arms forward, and then we'll lift up so that we can take the second side. Now your right arm's going to sneak underneath your left. You're going to walk your fingertips all the way over to the left, and then set your chin or forehead down on your mat. Take 2 or 3 breaths here to notice what you feel before you decide to add on the leg stretch, right? If you're already feeling a super intense stretch in your shoulder, it's best to stay like this. But if you feel like you could stretch more, you can bend your left knee, reach back with your left arm and grab your foot, pulling your heel towards your bum. Take one more breath. And then gently release the leg if you've got it. Extending your left arm forward, we'll lift up. And then you're going to slide that right arm out to the right. Your hand is in line with your forehead. And then press the floor away with your left hand, rolling onto your right side. Take a few breaths, notice what you feel. And then maybe decide to bend that left knee and grab the foot with that left hand. Then you're kicking your foot back to open up through the hip, quadricep, and chest on that side. Take one more breath. And gently release the leg. Come back to your belly, and then turn your opposite ear to the mat, and take both hands at your sides, palms up for just a breath or two. And then let's press back to child's pose. And we'll take a couple breaths here. And then we'll just come up to sit on our knees. You're just going to roll onto one hip so that you can extend your legs forward. We're going to do one more stretch for the back of our shoulders sitting. So you can stay facing this way, but I'm going to turn and face the camera so I can see you. All right, so you're going to plant your feet down. You're just going to be sitting kind of with your bum down, knees a little wide. And then you're going to take the backs of your hands right underneath your shoulder blades, or kind of, just under the armpit area through that kind of mid-back. And your fingers, I'll show you from the back, see my fingers are not really touching, they're just kind of resting. Hands are just resting here, there's a little space between the fingers. And then you're going to see if you can start to take one elbow inside the knee. From here, you're just going to see if you can kind of pull that knee in, and you should feel a huge stretch right through that rear deltoid, right through the back of the shoulder. Some of you that are really flexible might be able to get both elbows at once, like this, right? But that's really tough, right? You have to have really open shoulders for that. So if you can't, you're just going to hold one for a few rounds of breath. And if you're doing both, you'll just this side. And then slide that elbow out. And we'll try the other side. Right, so tucking your elbow just inside your knee. Keep your feet flat on the floor and then just start to draw that knee in until you feel a stretch there. One more breath. And then gently release this. Release your hands, shake them out. And then we'll just plant our feet, bringing them together. Reach your arms forward or grab the backs of your thighs and we'll roll slowly down to our back, rolling down one vertebra at a time. And then once you're on your back, hug your knees into your chest. You can rock a little here side to side. And then we'll take our arms out, palms up. Drop both knees over to the right. And then with your left arm, you can start to gaze towards that left palm if that's okay with your neck. And start to make like a little half slip snow angel with your left arm super slowly. Right, so you're just looking for all those sticky spots through the chest and shoulder on that left side. So when you find a spot that feels really tight, just pause there and linger. And then maybe move the arm a little more. Maybe there's another sticky spot. And then we'll inhale the knees through center. Exhale to drop them over to the left. And then same thing on this side, right? Maybe it's okay with your neck to gaze towards that right palm. And then you can start to make your little angels on this side. Right, just pausing where it feels tight. For me, it's kind of way up here that I feel a really nice stretch. To center. Hug your knees into your chest one more time, bringing your forehead to your knees. And then just let go and release into your shavasana. Close your eyes, allow your feet to flop open, allow your arms to relax. Focusing on keeping your awareness on your breath and your body for these last few moments. And let's take one final deep breath in. And let it go. And you can start to wiggle fingers and toes. Move your head side to side. Move your jaw around. And then slowly and mindfully begin to transition to a seat in any way that works for you. You could roll to one side and then press yourself up. You could hug your knees and rock and roll. And then we'll come to a seated position, bringing hands to heart. Take a deep breath in. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that your chest and shoulders feel stretched out and ready for the next work day. Thank you so much. Namaste.